This is a live Channels television event.
Nigeria's call obey to serve our fatherland with love and strength and faith. The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. To serve with heart and mind, one nation bound in freedom, peace and unity. Thank you very much. May all be seated. It is my absolute pleasure to welcome you all again to the listing ceremony of the Chapel Hill Nigeria Infrastructure Debt Fund and FMDQ. My name is Tumisha Kuni, and I will be your anchor for the hour-long ceremony, which promises to be exciting as it will be memorable. This ceremony is particularly special as it commemorates the first ever listing of the local currency denominated infrastructure debt fund in Nigeria, Africa, and the Middle East. And I would like to welcome especially those that have made this day possible. First of all, we would welcome our regulator, because without our regulator, obviously none of us would be here today anyway. So we'll just have to give them kudos for that. The DG, Security Exchange Commission, Mr. Munir Gwazo, who is ably represented by Mrs. Ojone Umaru, the Assistant Director and Department Head Investment Management. So the fund manager, Chapel Hill Denham Management Limited. First, we have to recognize the chairman of Chapel Hill Denham Group, Mr. Wale Edu, who is here today. Thank you for coming. The managing director of the fund manager, Mrs. Uju Iruku. The sponsor of the fund to FMDQ, who is also FMDQ's registration member listing, Chapel Hill Advisory Partners Limited, represented by the Managing Director, Mrs. Kemi Awudeyin. And he's the Group CEO and he's very, very special to FMDQ, Mr. Bolaji Balogun. Welcome. We also have the pleasure of having here with us the Chairman of the Investment Committee of the Fund, the Nigeria Infrastructure Debt Fund, Mr. Philip Southwell. You're welcome. Mr. Egwaide Longe, the Managing Director, ICO Pension, and the Chairman of the Pension Fund Operators Association of Nigeria, PENUP. We have so many people to recognize, so forgive me if we don't call everyone's names. However, I just want to recognize two more people who are here today. A structuring expert when it comes to infrastructure, Mr. Ayogbelei, former Commissioner for Finance for Lagos State. And FMDQ's Financial Markets Support for Economic Development Work Group chairman is here represented as well, Dr. Wura Abiola. He's also the Managing Director of Management Transformation Limited. And our media partners, without whom we again wouldn't even be able to showcase all the market development work that we all are trying to achieve or trying to do in Nigeria. And we have the publisher of Business Day here with us, Mr. Frank Aigbogun, here as well. Thank you. This indeed is a historic day, and I am personally proud to be a part of it, as I'm sure everyone else here is. And we just want to congratulate Chapel Hill Denham Management for being able to issue about 49.5 million units of the fund, raising just over 5 billion. And this is part of their 200 billion program. So I think this is a good feat and is worth congratulating. So many congratulations. FMDQ in our way, some people call us regulators, but we like to see ourselves a lot, as in more like market developers, because I mean we all know that the Nigerian market has quite a way to go, and all of us collectively are working very hard to help develop that market. And it's not about making money, because I'm sure everyone knows when you sacrifice you don't necessarily make the money, but we're hoping in a few years' time the fruits of our labor, and I say few but maybe more like decades to come, the fruits of our labor would obviously be seen. So very quickly, just want to show you a short video of the little contributions FMDQ has made in the financial markets, and just for you to see how it is working. Now, obviously, we continue to work very hard to try to bring about innovation and development in the Nigerian market. So please enjoy.
FMDQ has championed innovation and institutionalized robust market architecture towards promoting development in support of the Nigerian economy. FMDQ from the onset organized and brought unprecedented transparency and governance into the Nigerian fixed income market with the launch of the FMDQ Bloomberg e-bond trading and surveillance system and the introduction of the FMDQ daily quotations list. FMDQ continues to innovatively promote transparency in the fixed income market. FMDQ launched the pioneer and groundbreaking OTC derivatives products in the country. The Naira-settled OTC FX futures as a means for investors and corporate businesses to hedge their FX exposures whilst providing stability for the Naira.
FMDQ has demonstrated significant value add regarding the sophistication, dynamism and efficiency is brought to Nigeria's growing fixed income market.
In a record event in the history of the Nigerian debt capital markets, FMDQ championed and admitted the pioneer Federal Government of Nigeria foreign currency denominated bond, the Eurobond, for listing on its platform. This would be the very first time the sovereign's Eurobond will be listed on domestic exchange. FMDQ went on to bridge the funding gap between short-term and medium to long-term debt securities, thereby servicing the liquidity needs of the medium to large credit-worthy corporates, commercial and non-sovereign entities through the introduction of the innovative short-term bonds to the Nigerian fixed income market. In support of the development of the country's debt capital markets towards the global competitiveness and rapid economic growth, FMDQ conceptualized and launched the Debt Capital Markets Development Project 2020-2025.
The one option we don't have in terms of funding, even the government's agenda in terms of infrastructure development, we don't have the option of funding from our revenue, we don't have the option of funding from the federal government budget. So it has to be the capital markets, and in particular, the debt capital markets.
Infrastructure in the real sense of it should be financed, ideally in local currency, because often the revenue take is in local currency, should be financed, through domestic capital markets, either by way of infrastructure bonds or through Naira-denominated infrastructure funds. And all of those opportunities are capital markets oriented, rather than banking market oriented.
We found ourselves privileged and esteemed to join the league of other top companies that are already